There is a big hotel on the corner when we turn. It'll be just ahead of us. Some of you will walk past it. It's quite a local landmark. It's right next to the main railway station. It used to belong to the railway, and it has a clock on it that runs 3.5 minutes fast. Did you know that? No. It runs 3.5 minutes fast because they wanted people to deliberately have it running 3.5 minutes fast. And you know, why change something that's been for over 100 years? So in that building, guys, in the Balmoral Hotel, that is where J.K. Rowling finished the last Harry Potter book. So she lives in this city. She's not Scottish, but she made Edinburgh her adult home, and she was trying to write from home, but the kids were on school holiday. She's got 3 children. The dogs were barking, apparently. Somebody was knocking at the door because, you know, they wanted to wash the windows, and she was thinking, well, nobody let me finish this. The world is waiting and you're all distracting me. Then she had a little thought and thinks, hold on a minute, why am I working from home when I am a multi-millionaire at this point? And she went completely the other way and rented a suite of rooms in a 5-star hotel for 6 months. And it's in this building right ahead of the bus at the moment, where she finished the last book. And she did a very naughty thing in that room. There was a statue, in fact there still is a statue in the room. It was facing into the room. It's now facing out, looking out the window. No one cares who the statues are. What people care is that she wrote her name on the back of it. Naughty girl, with a permanent pen. Dated it and said that the last Harry Potter book was finished at that location. And now the hotel's really grateful that she's graffitied the room, because they can sell the room for like or rent the room for like £1,000 a night. Oh. Yes. So if you want to see, it was on this next side. When we turn, the room looked out over the road we're going to drive along. It was like a corner room with a little turret. And if you want to see that, go on YouTube, and Oprah interviews Joe in that room about finishing the last book. So you can find a nice little interview online at that location. Coming up on your right. Okay, and it's kind of significant. Bear with me. Sorry, I think I just had the mic a little bit close to my face. Everybody still hear me? Yes. Good. It's kind of significant that she finished the book in this street, because a lot of the first book was also created in this street, just further ahead of us. Do not believe, people, the common assertion that she wrote most of the first book in the Elephant House Cafe on a parallel street. When she started writing the Harry Potter book, she was not a multi-millionaire, quite the opposite. She was a single mum who had just returned from Portugal after her marriage to a Portuguese journalist had broken down, and she was very depressed, and she was very reluctantly accepting state benefits for her and her daughter Jessica, but she was wanting to break out of that situation and write the book she had always dreamed of in order to provide for her and her daughter. And she did very famously write most of the first book in cafes, because if you're a parent, I am sure you can relate to the fact that little babies don't generally go to sleep just when you want to write. You know, so what she did was she put baby Jessica in the baby buggy, in the stroller, push her around town until Jessica fell asleep, and then she would dive into various cafes and write for 2 to 3 hours till Jessica woke up. And she did that every day, and that's how the first Harry Potter book was created. The building I'm going to show you is now a Chinese restaurant, but it was called the Nicholson Cafe, and it was her favourite location to write because it was cheap. She only had to buy an espresso, and they left her alone. She normally even got her favourite table in the corner overlooking 2 streets, and they would bring her a jug of tap water and just leave her alone with no pressure. The Elephant House, however, on a parallel street that's trading as the birthplace of Harry Potter, that was more expensive, and she only went there as a treat, which she couldn't afford to do all the time, obviously. So she liked it there, but it's not where most of the first book was created. And the building I'm going to show you guys is going to be to your left, not the next block, but the one after that. And it's a first floor, it was a first floor cafe, so that sounds a bit mad, doesn't it? You know, you've got all this selection of places to go, but you carry your kid in the baby buggy up the stairs. But it was just the favourite place she liked to write. So they're not trading, as far as I'm aware, the restaurant's not trading on the fact that she used to write that. Next block, guys, there's a green building at ground floor, and then up above it a grey building up to your left with lovely leadwork on the windows. That was where most of the first bit was created. Okay, so people, we're going to just play a little tune for you now. Now, this next tune might not sound particularly Scottish to you. In fact, that's deliberate. It has a Middle Eastern feel. And that is because most of your stories today and all of your main stops have a Middle Eastern connection, which I will outline as we go through the day. So let's just have that tune while we're going through some busy areas, shops and that. This is very much university area here, folks. Although the students obviously not in town because it's the summer break. So if you want a little challenge, listen out to the next song. The lyrics are not in English. When the song is finished, I will ask if you want to guess what language was used for the lyrics of the next song. There's a little challenge for you.